It is time that I reshape my brows to make sure they're nice and correct for when I film my videos and just my day-to-day. But I also need to remove my peach fuzz. And you guys have been asking to see both things. How I shave the peach fuzz off of my face and how I shape my brows. So we're gonna do that today, which is kind of weird because I always do this in my bathroom. I'm doing it here. So I'm gonna tell you guys what you're going to need. First of all, you need to wash your face. Like, make sure your face, everything is going to be clean all the way down to like your neck area here. Nice and clean. Do not apply any moisturizer, toner, nothing like that. Just good old cleanser, pat dry, and leave it alone. I'm also gonna let you know, make sure you haven't exfoliated in a few days. You're gonna need a little bit of like dead skin, in my opinion, because if the skin is nice and fresh and you have just exfoliated, doing what I'm gonna do today will irritate your skin even more, and you don't want that. You're also going to need some sort of a facial oil. I'm gonna use my Skin Revival. It is organic, it is by Beauty For Real, and then you're gonna need a really good hydrating moisturizer afterwards. This is the kind of like day where if you're doing this, I would suggest that you completely skip full-on 12 steps, 6 steps, 5 steps, 3 steps of skincare. There's gonna be enough going on your skin already. It's gonna be somewhat slightly sensitive for most people, so you want to keep it as simple as possible. So an oil for the entire process, and then afterwards you want to use a hydrating moisturizer just so that you can hydrate the skin. And while you're removing your peach fuzz, you do eliminate some of the dead skin, so that should be good. In addition to, you can go ahead and kind of exfoliate lightly the next day. Do not do a liquid exfoliator like the BHAs or anything like that. Give it at least 3 days in between. But if you want to do one of those like the powdered ones, that's good, or like the water activated ones, or if you wanted to do like a cleanser that has like the little beads in it, that's okay as well. To remove the peach fuzz, you're able to use one of these two. I actually use these and they're fine. They work just as well as any other ones really, and I don't mind them because they're super affordable. They're about $1, I'm gonna say, on Shop Miss A. It is their AOA line. I kind of like this one because it closes up. See, like it's a 2-pack. This one here for like $1.55, I think. You're gonna get a 2-pack and it closes up to this tiny little thing. So if you have kids at home, it's really nice because you can close it and put it away, and technically like it's safer. And then they have this one, which is also fine, but this one doesn't fold. It's bigger, it's wider, but it doesn't fold. So I like these. I get questions as to what's the point of removing peach fuzz. You don't need to do that, but by removing the peach fuzz, you're literally removing a barrier that between like your skincare and your makeup and your skin. So a lot of times when you remove your peach fuzz, when you skin prep, it goes directly onto your skin, so your skin absorbs it a lot better. And then on top of that, when you place your foundation on top, it's just much smoother. It looks more airbrushed and more flawless. And then if you do that specifically for your skincare, it just allows your skin to absorb it a lot better. Sunscreen. Sunscreen is a must if you're going to be, I mean, you should do sunscreen anyway, but if you're gonna be doing this and removing your peach fuzz, that is some protection towards your skin. You need to make sure no matter what, you're applying sunscreen under your makeup, and even if you're not applying makeup, because girl, the sun ain't no joke on your face. Okay, so the first thing I'm gonna do is I am going to work on my face. That's step one. I'm gonna take my Beauty For Real oil. Oh, by the way, for the brows. For the brows, I like to use something much smaller like this. It's a little more precise. And this you can get like on Shop Miss A as well. But this one is by the Brow Trio and it's actually really nice. So I'm gonna take my oil and I'm gonna pat it into my skin. And the reason why I like the most affordable blades is because technically speaking, once you've used it, you should chuck it. Like, they're not gonna be as sharp going forward. So why spend so much money, you know, $4, $5, $6, $7, $8, $9, $10, $15 on a blade that you're gonna end up, like a product that you're gonna end up throwing out? Like, that's insane. So as long as you find good quality, i.e. these, for $1, I don't see why you shouldn't be able to use them. So I'm gonna show you. Let's do this one, the big one. The little one works just the same. The only difference is, again, it folds. It does have the cap, but still, you know, like, kids are smart, you know what I mean? So okay. So, and it's a metal base, not plastic. You're gonna grab it at an angle. Oh my God, never done this on camera. Let me bring my mirror closer, hold on. Okay, you need to do this at an angle. You're gonna grab it, and at an angle, you're just gonna lightly pull down. Do you see? That is dead skin along with my peach fuzz. Do you see that? I'm only gonna do one side so you guys can kind of notice the difference. And I like this because I can pull these little baby hairs out of the way and kind of clean this area up too. I don't like to pull on my skin too much or anything like that, because by pulling on the skin, you are thinning it out. And then it's just gonna irritate the skin even more. Do not go in straight like this. It's not really gonna work. You wanna go at an angle. I am also asked very often whether or not the hair grows back out super thick. I've been doing this for over 2 years at this point, and I've never, ever, ever experienced the hair coming out super thick or anything like that, like at all. And there you have like a whole little thing. It looks like a baby hairball, but it's that's my peach fuzz. The point of the oil is to allow the blade to glide onto your skin while also creating like this smooth, I don't know, like glide, because the skin is super sensitive and you really don't want to sit here and just go ham with no barrier, because then you're really going to irritate your skin and you kind of don't want that. But I also like using an oil. Like, you can use a moisturizer, but I like an oil because the oil makes it clump up like this so it's not falling all over the place, because that's kind of gross when you get hair all over your clothes and stuff. And I have a hair issue. Like, I do not like hair. I find oils work really well for me. See how quickly you can do one side with this one blade, and you do not have to press hard or anything. Like, do not push too hard. See, and it just comes out like in little clumps. And then here, I'm gonna do it sideways. Here you have to be kind of soft because this skin here is like really sensitive. Make sure you have like a towel that you don't care for on your lap so you can just wipe as you go. Because the blade is new and it's sharp, you don't really have to, like, just glide it. You don't really have to do much or apply too much pressure. It just comes off on its own. And then in the neck area, that's the part where like you need one of these mirrors that like can turn at an angle. Now, if you're gonna reuse the blade, which I do not recommend, I have to be clear, I don't recommend that. If you're gonna reuse the blade, the second time around, you do have to kind of apply more pressure. And I like using one of these to pull my hair back because that allows you to get your hair out of the way. I'm gonna bring it close to my brow, but not so close because we are gonna shape our brows anyway. But these are the areas where you have to kind of be careful. You don't wanna like remove your hair either, like from your hairline. And then I gently try to go around here, but I mean, I've already removed all the peach fuzz. And I don't worry about in between my brows when I'm doing this because I kind of hit those areas with the smaller one. Okay, so I don't know if you guys can notice a difference. Generally, I don't think there is much of a difference other than like, if you see here, it's nice and smooth and clean. And this here is like my contour area, so it's not like a dark spot or anything, it's just... See, depending on how the light hits it, it just looks dark. That's the contour area. But then here, you definitely have all this hair. And when I feel it, I do feel like my little peach fuzz and stuff. And this here is just smooth. Like I feel like a baby's butt. Like it feels like nalguitas, you know? Now I'm gonna apply, just because my skin absorbed some of that oil. Remember, I didn't apply a moisturizer or anything after washing my face. So my skin is like... give me some moisture. Okay, I'm gonna use the very same blade because it's a one-time use situation. I'm gonna do the other side fairly quickly because I've already told you guys what to do, how to do it, and all that stuff. So it's like less instructional at this point for the other half. But I wanted to remind you guys I do have a giveaway. It is currently open. It's gonna close tomorrow. So if you haven't already entered, y'all need to go enter. There will be 2 winners. And each winner is going to get an awesome bundle. I am going to link the video where I'm announcing it down below. I have pictures of the entire bundles in that video, so you might want to go check that out. And the instructions on how to enter is in that video too. You would never think one has that much hair on their face, right? And it's so fine. And everything is already packaged and ready to go. I just need to choose my winners when it's time, confirm addresses, and then I am ready to print out labels and ship them out. And if you're wondering, have I tried anything else? At one point, I did try Nair. And that was a bad idea, because technically Nair is not like for the face. And the hair on your face is so much more fine. And I know that wasn't smart. I was testing things out, okay? I should have filmed it though. I ended up getting a mild irritation on my face. It was kind of bad. It was actually pretty uncomfortable. My face was like burning. It was weird. But it was me being an idiot. That was like one of those things that you find on TikTok and you can't help but to laugh because it's like, And no, this was before the whole TikTok, you know, trend. This was a few years ago before I just started removing the hair with one of these blades. Honestly, like I was an idiot and I was like, oh, this removes hair. I should, you know, remove my peach fuzz with this. And then I realized really quickly that was the dumbest move ever. So I do not recommend Nair for the anywhere on the face actually. And for my lips, I use like one of those little machines that like you can get on Amazon. I use that for this area here. I do not wax it because I've had issues where I've had an allergic reaction and then I get all these bumps, irritation. This area on my face is so sensitive. So whenever I had waxed, bumps and burning would happen. I had like patches of burnt skin. Not cute at all. So I just stick to like pain-free. I've had it threaded too. That was painful. I stick to pain-free. That's my motto. I've already given birth a few times. I think I've been subjected to enough pain as it is. So if I can avoid pain here, I'm good. Because the rest of my face, I'm fine. I've waxed my own brows and everything. But girl, there's just something about the pain on your lip. It's not cute. So see, I'm done. Like I'm not going to do anything else. My skin is clean, really. So I'm going to leave her alone. I have oil already around my brows. I'm gonna show you guys how I do my brows. I just need to find a product that was right in front of me and now it's not. Found it. I'm gonna use my Gimme Brow Plus. The shade doesn't really matter at this point. I'm gonna do it in number 5. If you have a shade that just doesn't work for you anymore and you're like, oh, what do I do with it? And you wanna do something like this, use it. All you really need to do is sculpt your brows and kind of fill them in and create your shape. This is how I like shape my brows. So I'm gonna go in with this. I have so many different versions of this. I have it in 5, I have it in 6, I have it in 4. I also have different brands. So I don't mind using this in front of me. I use the Milk makeup one. That's in my bathroom because I have like a little makeup station in my bathroom right now set up. Not that I have full brows because I really don't, and I get it. Like a lot of times you guys are like, well, your brows are not that bad. They're really not. I do have some gaps and like some spots that need filling. They're definitely not my desired shape, but I mean, my brows have been worse. I promise you, they've been pretty bad. So we have a shape that I can work with right now, and that's great. So I want to maintain this shape. And if you need to, like, if you need your brows to grow out and you just can't get the shape the way you need it, so this is a great trick. Just fill in your brows like you normally would, except no makeup, right? Like no makeup on the rest of your face. Just fill in your brows, and then you're going to remove the hair surrounding the areas that are not filled in. I'm pretty okay with my shape. Again, if I were to really fill it in and stuff, then that's the shape I need. I'm not gonna sit here and like really fill it in right now. I'm going to use a spoolie, comb up the hair, and cut any excess. So if it's a little too long for me, see, like that's pretty long, comb the hair up and trim. Now, word of advice for me, like my tail ends are fairly thin, and I've been doing this for quite some time, and the hair just doesn't grow thicker. So I try to leave like the tail end of the hair alone. You see how it's a little longer? I try not to trim that because it doesn't look bad. If anything, it makes my brows look fuller. So I comb up and cut whatever is way too long. And there we go. So that looks good so far. Okay, mijita, now we're gonna get into the eyebrows, right? So, you know, this is the shape that I would more so go for. Again, we're not filling them in perfectly or anything like that. Technically, we don't wanna waste product. We're gonna grab our blade. Once again, we're gonna go in at an angle. You don't wanna go straight into your skin, so at an angle. And with this one, you can definitely get closer to the brow. And that's why I like blades. See, like this fits right in the middle. And yeah, Shop Miss A does have some like these. They are good, but I didn't snag any this time around because I have these by the Brow Trio. So I like to wipe on my towel, like on my lap, every bit that I can, because with the oil, there's a little bit of buildup with hair. And then I'm gonna go in at the bottom and gently get as close as I can without really touching what I've already filled in. Okay, that is one brow. Let's do the other side. All right, and that is pretty much it. Of course, I'm gonna remove the brow product so you guys can see what my brows looked like once they're like nice and clean. You're not gonna see that much of a drastic difference because again, they're not gonna be filled in, but at least you'll see what it looks like. Of course, they're gonna be very uniform at this point, and this area is like nice and pretty and clean. So I'm gonna go ahead. I am going to take this off and I'll show you. I'm gonna use my Tarte Micellar Magic Water because why not? It is right in front of me, and that towel that I told you to have on your lap. I always have it on my lap, and I am going to gently remove the product. This towel now will end up going in the wash because that's not cute, you know, but I'm just kind of like giving you guys literally the details on what it is that I do. And then I can just go in with a spoolie and comb it out so you guys can see. See what I'm saying? Like, my ends are so fine that I just kind of leave it alone. But now the hair are not super long and they will be so much easier to fill in. And then my last step would be to apply a moisturizer. I brought this from my bathroom. I've been using the e.l.f. Holy Hydration Face Cream. It is fragrance free and it's nice and thick, so it does the job. I don't apply too much, but I will apply enough so that my skin can do a really good job at absorbing. So I want to really coat it. I do tend to feel like little tingling on my skin, almost like, it's slightly irritated. But I mean, what can you expect, right? You're dragging a razor on your skin, which is why I go in with a moisturizer. And I do nothing else to my skin. I will not go in with makeup or anything like that for the majority of the day. So that's why I do this on a Sunday, because typically I would pre-film my videos for Sundays if I'm gonna release a video on that Sunday, just so that I can go makeup free and I can get this done. And then the balance of the day is really hydrating my skin. It's really not a lot of work as it sounds. So I tend to do this like right after like my morning coffee. I leave it alone till about midday, and like in midday I'll go in and maybe like wash my face again very quickly. I pat it dry and then I apply an oil, so I kind of rotate. And then by the time it's nighttime, my skin feels so supple and it feels so good. And the slightly sensitivity that you feel on your skin kind of fades. So then at that point, I would go in and apply serums. But I do not apply like acids or, again, an exfoliator or anything like that, because the skin is kind of sensitive at that point. That is pretty much what I do in order to remove all of the peach fuzz out. Why am I cracking my fingers on camera? And that is how I shape my brows to where like they're uniform and I don't butcher them. As a reminder, I am not a skincare obsessed person, nor am I a professional. So I'm not saying these are the right steps. This is what I do that works for me. And I have not had any weird reactions to my skin. I got so many requests on this video, so I hope that you find it useful. Now, if you're already removing the peach fuzz at home and reshaping your brows at home, but you're doing it a little differently, make sure you share that down below. Share it with our friends, okay? Because maybe you have tips and tricks that may work for other people. So whatever you know, whatever you do at home, share your steps down below. And that is a wrap up for today's video. I really hope you guys have enjoyed it. Make sure you hit the like button. It lets me know you're enjoying these videos, but it also lets YouTube know that they should push my videos a little more. If you're not already subscribed to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and join our little family here on YouTube. And do not forget to enter that giveaway. It's closing in 2 days. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Bye, guys.